go back into any of my employee history, almost all of my bosses will tell you, he a hard worker. He gonna work hard. Why? Because I learned it from moms. Dad had already gone on to heaven and to be with the angels. But here it is. My mother is the living example of what having a relationship with God looks like, one, and then two, the work ethic of her. She worked to make sure if she had to take dumb jobs, stupid jobs that didn't even pay her value, she took those jobs, and I looked at how she did it, and it went into my life because I found myself gradually progressing at 14, 15, working at, the typical fast food. But as I progressed through life, being able to accept different jobs that paid different things, and her work ethic was unmatched. And so I kind of carry that same work ethic. And then last but not least, if we go into the city that I was raised, in middle school, I remember being a athlete playing soccer. And soccer seasons change. So you go from, males to females. So I decided, hey, I'm going to help my coach female soccer. Well, we go to a game, a referee don't show up. They say, hey, can you referee? I said, fine. Man, we leave the game. We go to head towards the bus. I'm in West Baltimore, and I'm the only male with the other coach who's a little older than me, way older than me, right? With a whole boatload of the young ladies that's around my age. And these jokers, males and females, jumped us, man. They jumped us. Listen, we walk into the bus and they jumped on us. And what I learned from that experience, it was so funny because it was like a 2-week experience where we had to go to different schools, have different meetings. And I said, my goodness, the city I was born and raised in treat me like this, right?
You're like, this is soccer, man. Come on, man.
But I learned something. I learned this. I learned that because I was naive a little bit growing up in that middle school age. I learned this, that not everybody comes from the same household as you. And some people will allow peer pressure to persuade them into doing something that they know is wrong, but because they need to fit in and be cool, that's what I'll do. So watch this. So then you fast forward. So my passion for guiding young people comes from the fact that I got jumped in middle school because I understood, bro, that they made a decision predicated upon peer pressure. They didn't make a decision predicated upon the reflection of their household. They made a decision predicated upon peer pressure. So now my mission is I got to tell every young person, I know that's your homeboy, I know that's your homegirl, but you got to make a decision for yourself. Because those young people were at the cusp of being arrested if my mom would have said she wanted to press charges. Watch this. Now watch this. But here's now, she executes the love of God. This why when people come to me talking about Christ, I got a living example. It's my mother. She executes the love of God. This is how she executed, bro. She executed because she said, instead of them going to jail, they need to do some community service work. And them young people didn't go to jail. Those parents thanked my mother. Those parents reverenced my mom because they knew that her heart was not to put more penalties on their children, but to bring their children into a path of righteousness.
Bruh, this